Beautiful, fabulous, glorious Saturday here at the Rythmia Life Advancement Center. I'm Kim Stanwood, Terranova. I get to be with you every Saturday. This Saturday, I get to be here with Matt from Colorado. Matt has blessing us. He's blessing us big time today because he's been here. You've been here for many times, 7 times. This is his 7th visit here as a guest.
It is.
And I'm very grateful for his yes, because the wisdom that flows out of this man is brilliant, and all the gifts that Rythmia has blessed you with and you have blessed us with, we're grateful. So
Thank you, Kim.
let's begin.
Yes.
Thank you. Say hi to everyone.
Hi, everybody.
So how are you today?
Just wonderful. I usually feel this way on Saturday, but especially this time around, just because, every trip to Rythmia is so different. And I actually came down here with quite a few people this time.
Oh, speak to us about that, because I love that you brought people with you.
I did. So I actually came down here with my wife's brother. It was amazing. It was the first time he drank medicine. I came down here with a few clients and a few friends from my neighborhood. And it took it to a new level, just being able to be there for them in a way where I could support them fully and just allow them to really just be on their own journey, but know that they were safe. That's the thing about Rythmia is everybody's so safe. They're such world-class people that are in charge at Rythmia. But to have an extra level of personalization where I could help them and just honestly witness the growth and the journeys and just the transformation, to see that happen in 1 week's time, it never ceases to amaze me what happens here.
Yes. I love how you said that we are so safe. Like, everyone here creates such a safety net for you to feel so good to bring large amount of people down with you. I mean, that says so much.
Yeah, it really, it's the magic at Rythmia is that the environment is just crafted so carefully. And, 14,000 people coming through here, you get to learn a lot about how to create the space, the type of cadence that the week can go on to help produce the healing. And just, to just let it go. People to let their guard down, for men to embrace some level of just vulnerability and truth, and to be in the presence of women who are just,
holding space.
Holding space in such a loving way for them to embrace their totality as a person. And it was gorgeous to see. I mean, it blew me away.
I love that. Tell everyone, because I want to hear it as well, is this being your 7th time here? And what you said to me when we sat down was like, this was even one of my best times here, right? Or the best time so far. So talk to us about that. What brought you here this many times? And I know you'll be back. And what was different this time in your growth?
It's a good question. I always get something different when I come down here, and I'm always in the process of evolving and growing and just sort of embracing the phrase, what's possible. Like, maybe I don't really know what's fully possible. And what this week taught me, it's interesting because I teach my clients a lot of this, is that all we have to do is just wonder if something bigger is possible. And that allows us to be able to open up fully, that we are seeing things in ways that we'd never really envisioned they would play out. And when we get so locked into thinking this is how something is, or it's how it's going to go, we block ourselves from just the infinite possibilities. And so this week, what I found out was that it's way bigger than I ever thought it could be, in terms of, how much can you love something or somebody or some way of life? How big could your dream really be? Like, you think you're at a 9.5 out of 10 in terms of what's possible. What if it's a 2? And I don't mean what it's a 2 as in like it's no good, but like, what is the upside to this whole thing?
What if it's just the beginning of what's possible?
Yes. And I really saw that very clearly in a few of my journeys. And, it was just, it blew me apart. And it really, I believe, set me on a course where I'm going to embrace just how big things can get. And it just made me feel so good to know that all this work that I've done, as many journeys as I've had and as many people as I've met here, that it's like come as a child. It's like coming as a baby, where what's a baby's potential? For falling down and getting back up and just, the newness of everything, like
Yes,
everything can
yes.
be brand new.
Mm.
And, seeing things through the eyes of a child and just embracing like, where life could go it just was amazing. Yeah.
It's such a beautiful way you articulated that. Like, what's possible, instead of looking at things that like, oh, I've just done what I can. It's like, well, I'm only beginning. Like, beyond a beginner's mindset, it's what's possible mindset is, this is barely scratching the surface. Lots of times I'll say to people, I want to be learning things on my very last breath as I'm skidding out of this body temple,
Yeah.
to know that I'm still learning something right now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing with you. It's like, there's so much that's possible when we are so willing to keep learning and growing, and you tapped into that.
Yes. And the way I look at it, Kim, is all these things that I always want to take credit for in my life and the things that have come to me and, my family in the most beautiful way, that when I am just so willing to say that, why do I have to take credit for it? It's not mine to begin with. It's something, it's somebody, it's God's. It's the bigger, it's the creators. And I just get to enjoy it. Like, I don't need to take credit for it. I don't need to let my ego get in the way and say, it's mine. It's like, this is mine. I want to keep it to myself, because it's so much better when I know that, like, it's not mine. It's everybody's.
Yes.
That's like, it just made me feel so good. And you have full witness to this at Rythmia, where you see people coming into their own through the week, and you realize it is everybody's.
That's why I love being here all the time.
Yeah,
I have the honor to be with everyone each week and watch that, and like watch people just expand and grow. Yeah, it's always a joy to see you come through the door. I'm like,
it's so
hey,
good.
you're in class again.
I know. I never miss those classes.
You never miss class. I'm so grateful to you.
Well, this is the thing, and I have this conversation with many people this week. We're talking about, just like what it takes to get down here, the investment and the time and everything like that. The people that work here are so world class. I mean, they're just, from you and from the shamans that lead the ceremonies and the speakers. Like, we had Jack Canfield here this week, who, sold 600 million books.
Yes.
And just to realize that, like, I mean, this is the most undervalued thing I've ever seen in my life. And I know that a lot of people, like, it's a real commitment to find the funds to come here. And there's so many other things we could do with the money. But honestly, it is the most worthwhile investment that you can make in your life, because not only do you have all the beautiful professionals, highest level of any profession, people working here, but you get to finally meet yourself and realize that you are world class too, And once you realize that, it's like, I mean, your whole view on what's possible changes.
Yes.
Because we're all world class.
Yes.
We just have to figure it out. We got to clean off the dirt.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So we remember who we are.
Yeah.
Oh, so well said. It's an investment in our soul and an investment in ourselves. So when any work we do to grow is an investment, right? But at Rythmia, this is an investment of truth, an investment of, like you just said, cleaning, but coming out with the newness. That's worth everything.
Exactly.
It changes life.
What's that worth? Right. And I remember this so specifically. I'll tell you this quick little story. The first time I was at Rythmia, I stayed up. The ceremony ended around 1:00 in the morning, and I sat on this bench over here till about 4:00 in the morning, maybe. And I had this thought that if somebody came to me, because I had just a complete revelation the first night, if somebody came to me and said, in order for you to keep this, you'd have to, like, give me like 90% of everything that you own. Like, you'll have to give it all up to keep this. I would have just thrown all my money and everything, minus my family and all my treasures. But, like, honestly, it was the information that I got and learned about myself was so valuable that it was worth so much more than just the physical money or the opportunity cost of using it on something else. So like, and since then I've been tested at times, like, are you really willing to give it all up? And I haven't had to give it all up, but just knowing that I do believe that I would give up anything to be able to keep this truth and to keep working with this truth in my life. And that, the abundance that's out there is what I can create through my wholeness, through knowing that it's more important than
And
anything.
the truth you're talking about is what you caught in your healing here.
Yeah.
That's profound.
Mm-hmm.
I'd do
It's very
anything for
profound.
this and now you've been living this truth.
Yeah, and my Heavenly Father, my Creator, do you think He doesn't want me to give anything up? He wants me to have it all. And I think just me being in the energy of embracing more abundance and the scarcity. My family, grew up very poor in scarcity, but love. And for me to, be able to break through some of these generational patterns where, we can really embrace that we can have everything, that we are willing to put priorities on the things that are important and embrace those, and just be open to what's possible.
What would we do for truth? That's what you're pointing to. What would we be willing to release? People come here to release anything that blocks that. And the blessing that you caught it on your first visit and have come back. So I just want you to speak to that point. Like when Matt, who first came here, and now the journey of each time, how would you say you've shifted each time?
Well, I think what happens at Rythmia is your nervous system gets a little stronger each time when you go through some of these truths. Like at first, you see this beauty unfold in all the people in the process, and it's almost hard to imagine it's actually real. And so you get overwhelmed by joy, meaning like tears will come. You'll see your emotional self really start to rise. And I think as you go along, you start to just see that you can expect that. I come to expect joy and happiness. I come to expect amazing things. And each time I grow in that, I'm able to, just embrace the fact that I have a strong nervous system, that I can handle anything. Like I tell my clients this all the time, like the words we use are gold. Like we want to make sure that we're living into the words that we're saying. Like I can handle this. I can do anything. I can be present for all my emotions, and I'm going to be here at the end of the day. They're just emotions. They're guiding me. They're teaching me. I don't have to be a victim and in servitude of my emotions. I get to let my emotions inspire and guide me. Yeah.
How has this shifted your relationship in your marriage with your children? Tell us that.
Well, I'm fortunate that I have a wife who has never actually drank medicine before, but she loves Rythmia because, my whole being shifted when I came here. But you know what though? The interesting thing happened, Kim, was that I had done all this work and I had come from way down here and up leveled. But when I got back home, it was kind of like, don't you see this change? Like, don't you see this new me? Isn't this great? And I got a surprising response. My wife actually said, yeah, I do. But what I found was that I realized that she was looking at a lens, through her lens of me, through all the 16 years of our marriage.
Right.
And that's not something that immediately changes. And so I had to really own that my process was my process. And what she went through, she did all the work herself to work on her beliefs and her thoughts about what was possible in our marriage. And I can say that just, very just frankly, that it worked so beautifully because we both did our own work, and then we came together to embrace what our life could be like and how it could be different. And I'm just fortunate that I have a partner that embraces all of that. And she's a spiritual warrior in her own right. She's a life coach. She works with people, and we learn so much from each other, and it's amazing that we were able to transform something that was really about ready to go. Yeah. And we, by the grace of God, we figured out how to just love each other and ourselves more.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Really
thank you for bringing that up. When one gets home from Rythmia, that point that you're making is so important, is that to know that your entrance with your family again, there's still a history with them that they may be considering, oh wait, you were this or that before. We can't be an expectation that they just know. We've had this huge realization. So it brings about all the learning at Rhythmia gets to be implemented in practicing with those that we love in patience and understanding, and not being, expectant that they should just know, because they're not here. We are.
It's beautiful. And, I learned something from my wife that I believe to be true, because she actually taught me this, that it only takes one person to change a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It takes one person. And that person has to embody this frequency
Mm-hmm.
of love and change. Mm-hmm. And then everything else will start to up level to that frequency, right?
Exactly.
And so somebody, people think like, oh, my spouse has to be on the same page as me. Like, I come down here and do this work, like my spouse would never do this. They won't understand, so on and so forth. But, like, they don't have to, because people want to go tell everybody about Rhythmia when they leave. Like, you got to come to Rhythmia. And I say the same thing, but you know what? It was better when I just embody the changes that I make, and people go, what's going on?
Yes.
I just want to know, like, what's happening. And then we can have a beautiful conversation.
Oh, yes.
And it just comes from a different place than me trying to tell people, show people. Like, in my opinion, that just doesn't work very well.
Well, you're going from showing people or telling people versus just living it in their presence.
Yeah. And I will say, though, like, this place, of all the places on earth, I still feel this way every time I walk through the door, that I'm in such awe that a place like this exists. I mean, that it's such a secret right now to so many people. But I would just say to anybody that is on the fence, it will blow you away. And whatever intention you have in coming down here, that you getting here and embracing that whatever you want, you will get 100% without a doubt. I know it. I know it for a fact.
Yes.
Because I've seen it. I've been here with hundreds, if not thousands of people. And the people that really want to get the miracle, they get it.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's why over 14,000 people are here. When you made reference to that, I wanted to tell everyone we have had over 14,000 individuals have come here and had life-transforming weeks at Rhythmia. It's documented. We have great data on it. We know it to be true. Matt is one of them that keeps coming back because of your growth and all that's occurring. Tell us. You'll be back, clearly. I know that. Who knows when I get to see you next, right?
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. I think I'll be teaching, and here you come through the door again. It makes me so happy.
Yeah. Oh, I look forward to it every time, and it seems to be more frequently that I'm coming back, because I just see that, like I said, this work is so much bigger than what I ever could have imagined it would be. And, what's the limit to healing? When we think we've healed enough, it's our ego getting in the way, telling us that everything we're copacetic, we're good, but I mean, I don't ever want to say that, because I want to be as good as it can get, and then more.
And then accepting more. I accept this and so much more. I'm so thrilled for you.
Thank you so much. And
is there any other element of Rhythmia that you want to make sure? I mean, this is brilliant. Everybody's catching all of who you are. Any other pieces of Rhythmia besides the classes? Anything else that you would say, oh, yes, this is...
Well, number one, the breath work here is really, I'd say, equal to plant medicine as far as transformational work that you can do it on your own, right? And I know they used to have breath work only weeks at Rhythmia, and I would talk to Jerry about this. What I found out is that those weeks, it's like 100% miracle rate. So, the medicine is wonderful. She can teach us a lot. But what we can learn when we connect with ourselves and through like the breath work and through, honestly, the amazing thing also about Rhythmia that I will mention is like this place exists at a place on earth in Costa Rica where it's the blue zone, obviously, but the pura vida is just so real.
It's so real.
The people that work here are a big part of why there's such healing here, because it's a level of service and a level of just like the wholeness of the people and their love and their vibe. This place just is so special because of the staff. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And it's, get to Rhythmia so you can experience it.
Get to Rhythmia.
And the food,
Food's
people think
amazing.
like you got to come down here and like suffer through some like vegan, like the food here. I go back home, my poor wife, I'm like, these are really good. This is a good meal. But last week we had these. And she's like, I know. but I mean, just in
Food
all,
is off the
the
charts.
food's off the charts, the
And our body
massage.
feels really good eating it. There's just like the interior of my body
Yeah.
is so happy eating the food. Go ahead, the massage.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, and lastly, of course, when you come down here with people from all over the world, I can't even tell you the best friends of my life, aside from my friends that I knew when I was 7 years old, that are my friends today, these are the best friends in my life. And it's so meaningful to know these people through all their growth.
Yes.
And we support each other, and we come here and we laugh and we go swimming in the pool, and we go through these journeys and we hug each other, we cry. It's like, it's so amazing. The people don't even realize you could come down here and you can meet your best friend. And that's you mostly, your other best friends, the people that are here. Like, you realize, like, I was my first best friend, like when I was young, and like you find out like who that person is, and who all these other people are realizing that they're their own best friends. And then you come together, and these people just are so supportive. And it's really just, it's gorgeous. It's really just to see it. It's a wow.
Gorgeous.
It's a wow.
This is Matt, and Matt knows it's gorgeous, and he's been here many times, and he's going to be back. And everything you're expressing is perfectly on track. You couldn't describe Rythmia better. Please come join us. Rythmia is a life-transforming week of your life. It's worth whatever it takes to get here, and your life is worth it. And this is testimony to that. So
come to Rythmia.
Thank you.
You get to see Kim.
You get to come in class with me,
Yeah.
which makes me very happy.
Me
I'm
too.
honored as soon as you walk into class, and thank you for never missing a class.
Same. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Kim.
Yeah, I'll keep showing up if you keep showing up.
You got it.
Okay, it's a deal.
Okay.
Have a beautiful weekend. I hope I see you soon. You might be here when Matt's here, which would be great as well. You'll come make friends with yourself, heal yourself, and live in unlimited possibility. All right, ciao, and have a great day.
Beautiful.
And I get to come up here.